Welcome in, everybody. I'm Matty Big Chest, and today I'm bringing you my true freshman breakdown of week 3. We had some good performances from the freshmen, and I think they warrant their own video today. So starting off, we had some really big records broken. We had some big plays, moss stabs, and everything from the freshmen today. We had some OBJ grabs, but the best overall freshman, in my opinion, was Travion Henderson. I don't think that's actually opinion. I think that's just fact. 24 carries, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he broke Archie Griffin's record of 239 yards rushing in a game. So the fact that he had 277 yards, 100 of those yards were broken up into touchdown runs. He had touchdown runs of 48 yards and 52 yards. This dude's just electric on the ground. He reminds me a lot of DeAndre Swift. Just fast, big, runs with power, and he's mean. So he's fun to watch. He's a good player, and this is like the best freshman running back we've had since Swift. So that's maybe why I'm comparing him to him, but he just looks good. And then moving on a little bit to the LSU game. LSU played Central Michigan, and they just kind of routed them. But in doing so, they started a lot of their freshmen, and that was really fun to watch. I watched this game over the Penn State Auburn game. So the Deion Smith grabs, he had 2 touchdowns in the first half. The first one, he mossed a guy, and it was just an insane catch. Like, he just went over and just grabbed it over him. It was just beautiful. And then, he caught a dime down the sideline, which was just, it looked like an NFL catch. It's just placed perfectly. He's running, he beats out the DB and just goes in for the touchdown. So his quarterback, Max Johnson, sophomore, Brad Johnson's son, looked really good. He went 5 for 6 on the opening drive for 56 yards. And that includes the touchdown pass to Deion Smith. But Deion Smith, man, he's the freshman that I was talking about before the season started. And look at this, man. He's starting already. Some good games, 2 touchdowns in the first half. He outproduced Kayshon Boutte in the game. So, Kayshon got hurt in the first grab because they threw just a deep ball to him, and he got collided with by 2 defenders, and he came up a little limp on his ankle. But, the fact that Deion Smith stepped up is huge. And not only did Deion Smith step up, but I think Jack Beck is how you say it, Betch. Same kind of day as Deion, but had a spectacular one-handed catch. I can't remember how to say his name, so please tell me in the comments how to say it. But Jack Betch, a tight end wide receiver that I want on my C2C teams. Not sure about Devy, but C2C definitely. He could have NFL prospects. He's a little short for a tight end, but he's a guy who's a wide receiver slot kind of tight end guy, and he's playing tight end for the LSU Tigers. So he's fun to watch, and he's a true freshman as well. So all these are true freshmen. The next one is another LSU guy, quick one, Corey Kiner. He's a guy that I drafted in my C2C leagues. He's the best overall running back that LSU has. I was not a fan of any of the ones they brought in a couple of years. This guy had 12 carries for 74 yards and a 5-yard touchdown run. So, he had 12 carries. That's good. That's what I want to see. He had the most carries on the LSU team. He's improving. He's getting better, and everyone thought that he looked like Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming in. So Corey Kiner is a guy that you should be looking at in your Devy leagues to grab with the draft coming up next year. Same with Deion Smith. So these are, I'm sure Travion Henderson's already gone, but Deion Smith and Corey Kiner are some guys that I think that might be available for you guys, and some guys that I would grab in Devy leagues. So the next one is moving on to Clemson game, and Clemson kind of sucks this year, man. But Will Shipley had a nice game, 21 carries for 88 yards, about 4.2 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns and a long of 15 yards. So he had touchdowns. That was good. But Clemson overall was just bad. So, the fact that he had 21 carries, that's good for a freshman. It's really good. Will Shipley in your C2C leagues, that's a good pick, because you can have that for 3 years. He's going to get a lot of work. So I know a lot of people are down on Will Shipley. I wasn't. I didn't get it, man. He's the best running back they got. So moving on to the next running back, Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards is a Michigan tailback, and he had a great game. 8 carries, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, longest rush of a 58-yard touchdown. So he was flying on that touchdown. It's kind of hard for him to crack the starting lineup with Haskins and Corum already there. Corum's just looks great this year. 3 touchdowns for him against I can't remember who Michigan played now, but he had 3 touchdowns against them. And the fact that he's able to do that, and I think that Blake Corum is going to be one of those 2023 guys that just instantly bolts up in value. this is a guy that's going to continue to pound the rock because he has Jim Harbaugh as his coach. A little tangent here because Blake Corum's not a freshman, but Blake Corum's going to be that guy that's going to gain a lot of value this year for the Devy leagues, and he's going to be one of those first round picks. So make sure that you are able to trade for Blake Corum if he's already been drafted, or target him in your rookie drafts for Devy. So yeah, that's all I got to say today. That's all the freshmen I have to break down. If you had a freshman that broke out that you want to talk about, leave them in the comments below and I'll talk with you. So that's all I have for today. If you're not subscribed to our Patreon already, please subscribe. Patreon.com/Dynasty Rewind. We have articles. We have a group chat with friends. Just join in. We'll all be friends, man. So yeah, that's all I have today. Thanks for tuning in.